Hello traders, this is McBillion. Today is December 2nd, 2015, and let's talk about the market. Let's start with the S&P mini futures. As you can see here, price went exactly to the resistance. I talked about this resistance many days ago, and I say if it goes there, be careful because it might break down from there. Now, did it break down? It didn't break down yet, but it fell. It fell to continue from this major resistance, and now is holding at the 20 simple moving average on the daily channel. If it break down tomorrow below today's low, this thing can easily go down and test the 50 simple moving average, which is to 2036 in the mini futures. Now let's talk about another one. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple, as you can see here, also as I said, it failed right here this resistance, and it looks like it's gonna test again the 115 level. Keep an eye on that level because there is a major battle there between the bears and the bulls, and there is also this support right here, this trend support. So it can be a nice opportunity for the end of the year rally if Apple goes there and bounce. So keep an eye on this one. ADX is very low, so I'm thinking that this is gonna move huge either side. So you have to wait and be patient and wait for the breakdown or the breakout. So for now, just watch because you have clearly some resistance and support to trade. Now let's talk about BABA. BABA today confirmed that 84 breakout, as you can see here. It confirmed the 84 breakout, and it was one of the stock that was trending. Netflix also, Baidu was also trending. And right here we enter long. I send the alert to subscribers to go long in the morning around 9:40. And now what is the stop? Let me show you the stop. The stop is 84. It's very easy. If you zoom this area, you're gonna see that if it fails right there, it's gonna be ugly because it happens before. It happens that right here back in July, it failed. It break out, it confirmed, fake out, boom, look at this. Now and at the beginning of November, it happens the same time. It break out, it confirms, and it fail. Now the difference now is that we don't have a divergence. You can see the divergence on DMI directionals right here when it was at this level. Now we have a clear open directionals on a nice position for a rally. So this is a high probability trade that this is gonna go to 90 or 98. So keep an eye on this one, and I have a very tight stop at 84 because if you break down below 84, you have to be careful because it can go down like a stone. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Facebook. Facebook, the same, is inside this uptrend channel. It's up the top. I don't want to buy here, but yesterday I mentioned that this bull flap right here, it break out today, but it didn't hold. So it wants to. There's many bulls right here trying to break here, and if it breaks and confirm, this thing can fly to 120, which is my target end of the year. I have the stock. I love the stock on Facebook. I don't like auctions right now, but I'm looking to see if you break out right here. Of course, I'm gonna go calls. Now let's talk about GG, which is one of the stocks that I use for gold. This is Gold Corporation. Right here at the bottom, it looks like it's gonna bounce from here, but it's very neutral right now. ADX is at 16, so there is no gas right here to go up or down. So I think it's just gonna move sideways here and probably test the $10. I think that thing is gonna break down a little bit, test the 10 and bounce. So keep an eye on this one. If you have money for long-term investment, I will buy a couple stocks on this one and just leave it there. Don't even look at it for a long-term investment. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about the iShares Russells. Like I said yesterday, it failed right here today. It break down the 5 simple moving average. It break down below the 20 double exponential, and now it's heading to 117, which is a nice support right here. Now there is also this trend support, but there is no volume yet. ADX is at 15, meaning we can still move sideways right here until it break down below 117. So I'm short on the IWM. I think it's gonna go down and it's gonna test the 111, which is my target. Let's see if that happens. Now let's talk about Netflix. Netflix, beautiful how it went to the major resistance 129.58. Today the highest was 131.35. Now it failed to finish the day about the Fibonacci resistance, but it's right there waiting for the market to enjoy this breakout and confirmation. So let's see, because right now I can tell you that it can fail from here and go down really fast. So that's one of the things that I don't like about these big stocks like Netflix, Tesla, Amazon. They're very scary. When they fail, you gotta get out. You gotta get out and you gotta take your money and take your small loss, because it can go down easily like this. Boom, and test 106 again. But if it confirms the breakout about today's high, then you're gonna see that this is gonna be a nice move to 150. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Monsanto. This is the other one that I'm watching. Also break out the resistance, but I didn't see the volume, and that's why I didn't send alert. I prefer to watch. I don't like when the volume there's a breakout and there is no volume. So I keep an eye. There is no rush to enter any trade. I prefer to watch to see if there's a good volume. You see breakout right here, but this is not volume. It usually trades between 3.7 millions and 5 millions. It trade today 3.4, which is okay, but it's not a good volume for a breakout. So I prefer to wait. We can wait. There's no rush. If we break out again and we see volume, boom, we're gonna enter long. You can see here that the earnings report is in January, so that's probably why it's in this rally mode, because they're expecting a nice report. So always when there's a report, there's expectation the shares go up, especially when this one is down huge for the year. Now let's talk about the spider. The spider, the same as the S&P mini futures. It fell at this resistance and it's holding at the 20. Look at this support right here. If you break down this support, I will say hello to the 50 simple moving average, which is 202 or 201. So keep an eye on that one. I'm short on the spider. Now let's talk about target. This is a horrible chart. Horrible chart. Some people say to me, "Oh no, this is gonna go up. No, I don't like it. I don't like it, and that's what I'm short on this one." Now it went up on me, but it didn't break my stop loss, which it was 73.70, and now it fell, and it might go down to 70 very easily, and to my target 66 in the next 10 days. Let's see if that happens, because I have a lot of confidence that this trade might work and we can make money even though it's down now. Now let's talk about Tesla. Tesla right here, a major Fibonacci resistance 237. 237 is the resistance. If you break out that level, this thing is gonna test the 250, which is this trend line resistance. So be careful at 250 if you enjoy this rally to there. Now let's talk about Twitter. Twitter, nothing to see here. Just keep it on your watch list. I always watch it every day to see what's going on. If you break out this resistance right here, go long. If you break down this support 23.82, what do? Go short. So now let's talk about the last one. This is the last one that I'm going to talk about. Is Wynn Resorts. This is a nice chart, nice falling wedge, and you can see here this nice resistance. So what do? When you break out and confirm the breakout, you're gonna go long. Not until the breakout. You have to be careful, because somebody sent me an email today, say, "Oh, I went long today. Nice move today. It was a nice volume." Yes, it was a nice volume, but it's very near resistance. I don't want to go very near resistance here, because it might fail like it did 1, 2, 3, and here 4, 5. So be careful right here. It might fail and go down to $30. That's my take, because this one is really bad and is ugly, because it's still in this falling wedge. Until the breakout, then I will say, okay, this is ready to go up. Okay, traders, I have a nice promotion on the website. You can join McBillion for only $299 lifetime. No more payments. You get my alerts, my private updates. You get everything. You get the videos. You get my mentoring, my private mentoring. I will sit down with you and I will make sure you succeed. This is everything for today. Trade on.